Hi, this is Ken Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and today I'm proud to be representing this absolutely awesome 1957 Indian Woodsman 500. This is exactly the way it came out of storage. We have not even wiped the dust off of it. Normally we can bicarbonate sodium blast the chrome and clean the bike up and it would look a lot better, but I know with these vintage bikes, the people who buy them want them with the patina and they can do it themselves. So this is exactly the way it came out of the barn. This is probably the most well-documented motorcycle I've ever purchased. I'll show you the scrapbook information I have on it. It was last ridden on the road in 1973, over 45, almost 45 years ago. It's the same owner since 1957, and this is the actual racing jersey. I have the full history of this motorcycle being raced. This Woodsman model is actually a dual-purpose bike, which can be set up for street or off-road, and it comes with the full off-road kit that it was used to race. This bike was raced in the New England Sports Committee, which is the local sanctioning AMA sanctioned race club. Till this day is still the #1 most popular club. The gentleman who owned it, Ted, he started out as a novice racer with this bike and ended up getting his amateur V plates on this bike. These are the off-road tires and wheels that go with it. It's a complete setup. These are the actual wheels and tires that were used when he raced it back in the late 50s and early 60s. Front tires in mint shape, as is the rear tire. There's really no dry rot on them to speak of. They're in excellent condition, and it's a full set. It includes the brake hubs and everything. So the way you see it now is the street tires. Also, it comes with a brand new NOS gas tank that was never used on the bike. It's original Indian product gas tank with the fuel petcock. It's brand new condition, and it also comes with a brand new NOS megaphone exhaust. It even has the actual Indian sticker from Whittier, California, for the manufacturer of the exhaust. So very rare piece, brand new. And it also has the off-road headlight, which is exactly the way it came out of the barn. We didn't try to clean up the chrome on it or anything. It has an amp meter built into the top of it, and it comes with the on-off switch. So this is set up. This is for your off-road woods riding experience. That's why it's got the shield on the front of it. So it has your full off-road kit. It has a tank, the guard for the headlight, brand new megaphone exhaust, and the full wheels. It has a passenger pillion on the custom rear fender, along with the suspension and the seat. The seat is actually a Bates leather seat. See, it says Bates right on it. So very period correct motorcycle, and it's in excellent mechanical condition. We have not tried to start the bike. Obviously, you're going to want to recommission all the fluids, and it turns over beautifully and has good compression. Seems to have good compression. Mr. Tessier, the previous owner, took the valve covers off and was adjusting the valves, and when we got the motorcycle we had the valve covers, but it's been in our inventory here for about a year and we can't seem to find them, so we're selling it without the valve covers. Everything else is there. The bike is in excellent condition for the year. Looking at the engine cases on the bottom right here, there's no dents or any damage on the cases. The frame is in mint condition, so although it was ridden off-road a little bit, it is in mint condition. Mechanically, there's no damage to the frame or wheels or anything. This is the scrapbook that I was telling you about with the history of the motorcycle in here, and it has previous registrations from 57, 59, 60. It shows Theodore Tessier's from Thompsonville, Connecticut. It has AMA motorcycle membership card. Lens Cycle Sales in Deerfield, Mass, which is long since out of business. The AMA paperwork. He also has the New England Sports Committee actual form with his racing number on here, number 270. And in 1959, he got his amateur plates. So that's his promotion to amateur status. I also have the actual New England Sports Committee Rulebook. They called them the Scrambles back then, not motocross, but this is for 1961. And it was a two-page rule book. That's it. Now it's like 60 pages. But back then it was basically just go out there and don't kill each other. It's got the registration, the Indian dealer business card, the another AMA card, City of Springfield card. Here's a picture of Ted next to his car. He's a tall guy, he's about 6'4". Christmas card with him and the motorcycle on it. Another Christmas cards, and some period motorcycle advertisements. Here's some receipts for parts that he had chromed on the motorcycle, $76. And here's some insurance paperwork. So 7,782 miles is what it says right here on his Woodsman speedometer. Let's see, what else we got here? It just goes on and on and on. Every receipt that he ever bought for the bike is in here, and these are all from the, from the 50s and early 60s. He also wrote a complete story about the bike, which is something. When I said this is the most documented bike ever, there's a 6-page story of this motorcycle which was written. And I'll read you just an excerpt of it. My motorcycle. Vanderbilt Kavanaugh and me rode up to Ludlow in Vanderbilt's 49 Chevy 2-door sedan. The guy was a family man and worked in Goodyear's garage located in Massachusetts Ave in Ludlow, Mass. As we pulled up in front of his house, we saw my future motorcycle, the 1956 Indian Woodsman, and the original cost of it when it was new was $840. We wanted $600, but we beat him down to $575, and I gave him a deposit of $50 on Sunday, the 24th of March, 1957. And he skipped school Monday, the 25th. He was a high school senior of March 1957, and drew out of his bank account the total amount of $525. So it goes on and talks about the history of the bike on the second page when he picked it up, a couple of near misses he had on it. He actually ran over a dog and broke his leg in the story here, which I'll send a copy of the story along with the motorcycle. The original story is going to stay in the museum here because it's really kind of a cool piece of motorcycle history. Tons of receipts, some brochures from 1957 for the Indian, stating it's sensational in performance, years ahead of its design. Indian lightweight motorcycles, very cool stuff. This shows the Indian 500 Roadster right here, powered by the world's best 500cc overhead cam single. Very cool stuff. Another Indian, Tibby's Indian sales. If you look at the front of the speedometer, Kenny, show them the decal on there. That's Tibby's Indian. And here's the 1957 original registration to the motorcycle, which is pretty cool. Like I said, this is probably the best documented motorcycle we've ever purchased for a vintage motorcycle. Here's 1957 AMA competition card. And then some cool literature, pictures and stuff like that in here. It just goes on and on and on. A whole scrapbook of motorcycle history from that era, including pictures of drag racers and accessories and comics, and it just goes on and on here. Pictures of hill climbing on Harley Davidsons and that kind of thing. A copy of the Motorcyclist Posts from 1967, and just goes on and on. So if you have any questions about this bike, give us a call at 860-454-7024. We're here 6 days a week. And if you want to come take a look at the bike, we're here. If you want to have a mechanic look at it, you're welcome to do that. It's, a piece of moto history. If you want a bike that's going to go up in value, I highly recommend purchasing this bike. If you want to preserve motorcycle history and help the New England Motorcycle Museum get completed, buy this bike. All proceeds, 100% of the proceeds from this motorcycle are going to fund the New England Motorcycle Museum. So it's going to a good cause. If you want to leave it here on display in the museum, you're welcome to. We are including the 1957 Indian racing jersey with it, which in itself is an extremely rare piece. I mean, where are you going to find 1957 Jersey in the condition this one's in. They just don't exist anymore. So yeah, it's a fantastic bike. I wish we didn't have to sell it, but we need the money to get the project finished here. So good luck bidding on the bike. God bless America.